Because here I am thinking, okay, I'm going to work for the airlines, I have job offers with them, or continue flying privately for different celebrities. I said, okay, I'm going to get involved in education. Didn't know what I was doing, but I knew something was needed to be done in order to help students build confidence in STEM. What you're looking at is one of the first projects we did, where we challenged 60 kids from failing high schools in Miami to build an aircraft from scratch. They were able to do it in a record 10 weeks. Young lady on the left-hand side, Bakari, when she started out with me, couldn't point out a half an inch or even a 16th of an inch on a ruler. She's now in her senior year on a full scholarship as a math major at Duke University. Young man on the right-hand side, it took him 2 hours to figure out how to turn on a vacuum. He thought the red button on the vacuum meant do not touch. Now he's disarming bombs for the military. So I'm saying to myself, thank you. I'm saying to myself, well, what's the issue? There's no way a student in high school should know where a half an inch is on a ruler or have the common sense to turn on a vacuum. So I decided to focus even lower. And one of the things that we did is we challenged 30 kids from upper elementary and middle school to build me a car faster than a Ferrari 430 Spider. This was the vehicle that they built. So I'm saying to myself, well, what is the real challenge here? The students have the aptitude. What is the challenge? Here's another vehicle that we did. This one was done in Lancaster, Texas. This was the first school district we worked with outside of the state of Florida. And we challenged their middle school students. Thank you. We challenged their middle school students, as well as a couple upper elementary students, to build this race car. And since this is the TCEA conference, we decided to Skype directly with those students in Lancaster, Texas, to have a quick discussion. How you guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Doing really good?
Yeah.
All right, is that the car behind you guys?
Yes.
He had to look to verify. So I'm very excited about introducing this wonderful audience to you all. And I want you guys to talk a little bit about your experience of using technology, of using STEM as a whole, in order to do something amazing. What was that experience like?
The experience was so crazy. Like, I never thought in like my wildest dreams that I would build a car. And even actually going into the STEM camp, just seeing a bunch of bolts and frames and wires, I would never expect to actually get a supercar that is street legal right here behind me.
Notice the key word, street legal, right? Now, I want you to talk to us a little bit about your experience as a young woman in the program and how that helped you to build your confidence as well to pursue STEM. How did that change your life?
Being a young woman in STEM, it was a little bit difficult to adjust because it's a male-oriented occupation. So more males do this occupation than females. But going into it, I realized that it was really fun to do, and I had fun building the car and learning about different tools and how to fix stuff and learning how to use drills and the ripping. And so it was a really fun experience.
When you look at building a car and the experience of doing that, how different is it versus being in school? Right? What was different about this experience versus that you're just in school, you're going, you have a book in front of you. Talk about how important it was for you to experience this directly.
Well, building the car was more hands-on than in school, and so I felt like it was funner, and it taught me more things than I would learn than sitting in school looking at a book, being hands-on. It taught me that you can do anything that you put your mind to if you actually attempt or try it.
Now, Xavier, I remember when you started, you were more into entertainment, the arts, and so forth. You didn't really have the strong confidence as it relates to pursuing STEM. What do you think changed your perspective? I think, and share with us a little bit now, some of the programs you're involved in Lancaster.
Well, if I was to tell you every program I'm involved in, we would be here all day. But being in STEM and working with the car, it really kind of brought me out of my shell, I would say, because originally I know I wanted to be like a lawyer, and then I realized I like doing things hand-on and actually going to the camp and actually got my camp paid for by Mr. Granger, the principal at the middle school. And like it brought me out of my shell and really got me into doing things working with engineering.
How has this changed your life?
How has it changed my life? Well, honestly, I believe if I never did the BI-60 program, I would probably be in class, bored out of my mind, not doing anything dealing with engineering or STEM.
And Maya, for you, as a young woman, I know you're pursuing STEM as well, and others. What's some of your career goals and interests that you have?
My career goal is to be a pediatrician, and with the car, we had a lot of problem solving that we had to do. Like we had multiple problems when building the car, but wanting to be a pediatrician, I know that there are going to be problems that I face, like knowing what type of medicine to give, knowing what type of machinery to use to determine what's wrong with someone, knowing the different milligrams or things that I'm going to need to prescribe the medicine. It taught me that I can figure it out if I put my mind to it or attempt to solve the problem.
Well, you both are amazing. I love you guys and appreciate your time. Tell everyone in Lancaster hi for us, and we all appreciate the answers that you just gave. And thank you guys. Here's another race car that was built in Lamar CISD. All right. Now this one was interesting, right? This one we did with students, but we focused on the Latino population and attracting them to a STEM industry such as automotive engineering. And now the backlog that school district has for those students, it's amazing. This was truly special in order to transform the perspective of students. Remember I told you earlier the one pivotal question I asked my mentor? How much money do you make? Why did I ask him that question? Was it because I truly wanted to know how much money he made? No. As a young person, I was trying to quickly assess what my future would look like as a pilot.